I'm here to represent the Honorable the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya, Mr. Kihara Kariuki, who, as my colleague has stated, is unwell and could not be able to be here. So allow me to read the Honorable the Attorney General's remarks. I'm trying to be technologically savvy. I am pleased to join you today and to deliver remarks on behalf of the Honorable the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya. The theme of this conference is arguably one of the most critical contemporary issues in criminal justice and law enforcement. There have been tremendous changes in the way that we live as individuals and as societies and nations. Technology and globalization have played a significant role in this regard. However, these developments have also had their negative consequences. And one of these negative consequences has been that criminals have found new ways of committing and masking their crimes. Traditional forms of law enforcement have also encountered new challenges, some of which have made it difficult to bring criminals to account. This conference provides us with the opportunity to consider these dynamics and to ventilate on the mechanisms by which we can ensure that we remain steps ahead of the criminal mind. We therefore must adopt our systems, strategies, and tactics to these new realities if we are to be able to effectively combat crime. Technology has increased the prevalence of electronic and internet-based crimes. It has made it possible for criminals to expand their reach far and wide, often beyond national and regional borders. An article in the Forbes magazine in March 2022 aptly describes computers and networking as follows, quote, "The lawless continent on which criminals go wherever they want, going into factories, stores, and homes, stealing data in massive amounts to sell and use to enable more crime," end of quote. Such access and wide reach have not just made it possible for criminals to reach far and wide, they have facilitated the commission of secondary cover-up crimes such as terrorism financing and terrorism itself. Cryptocurrency platforms, for instance, have made it easier for criminals to send and receive money almost instantly and anonymously. This is why we must adapt our law enforcement and criminal justice systems to make them effective and efficient. There are certainly lessons to be learned, not just from other agencies within the same country, but also from regional and international best practices. Indeed, many of these crimes are no longer just a domestic concern. They have morphed into regional and international menaces that must be faced with concerted regional and international effort. This conference, therefore, provides us with the platform to share knowledge on these matters. A crucial way of staying ahead of the criminal is ensuring that we have the appropriate laws that define the crimes and define jurisdiction over such crimes. In many jurisdictions, the challenge has been that the law has not always been developed as fast as some of the new crimes have emerged, allowing criminals a gap to exploit. We therefore need to have such laws. Given the supranational nature of some of the emerging crimes, we need to rethink the laws on jurisdiction in many of our countries. There is probably greater incentive than ever before to think beyond territoriality and more about cross-border coordination in combating some of these crimes. We also need to strengthen our mutual legal assistance and cooperation frameworks. This will ensure that criminals do not hide within our boundaries and escape accountability for their crimes. It will ensure that justice is served in jurisdictions where it is best suited, for example, on account of the location of the victims and the evidence. All these proposals will not be of use if we do not build our human resource capacities. There is need to train our law enforcement agencies and our judges and prosecutors on these emerging crimes. The complexity of these crimes is often as a result of the novelty and highly technical nature of how they are committed. We therefore must ensure that our criminal justice system is equipped with the skills, knowledge, and expertise to combat these crimes. It is my sincere belief, ladies and gentlemen, that this conference will be productive and that we will leave this venue having shared and learned from each other's experiences. What we derive from this conference should provide us with the incentive to forge ahead with efficient law enforcement approaches that respond to the current and emerging challenges. Thank you very much, and I wish you very good deliberations.